If it's not one thing, it's another for Bank of America. Just when investors thought that the bank finally had shook off the worst of what was plaguing it, now you've got the mortgage crisis, BofA really at the forefront of the problem with robo-signing faulty documents because of its countrywide purchase. The stock has taken a big hit, and now there are questions about whether or not the worst really is over for the bank. What do you think? I was surprised, given how bearish and anti-establishment many Buzz readers seem to be, to find a bunch of you actually defending the bank. Chris Corey writes that, at its current price, the stock of BAC is like buying both an option on the future value of the bank and a hedge against increases in inflation and interest rates. If interest rates rise, which will be a precursor of inflation, then the banks will again be flush with capital. An interesting point. I mean, clearly right now, a lot of people are wondering whether or not there will be inflation because of the Federal Reserve's somewhat controversial quantitative easing program, or QE2. They're buying bonds in an attempt to keep interest rates low in the short term, but still boost inflation over the long term. If rates were to head a little bit higher, you would expect Bank of America and other banks to possibly have some more capital at their disposal, as that reader suggests. Ron Beasley goes one step further, and he said he thinks people are making too much of the mortgage mess and forgetting what else BofA owns. Everyone seems to be ignoring the value of Merrill Lynch and of BofA's retail franchise. The deposit base is about $1 trillion. The myopic focus on mortgages has created a share price that could double in the next couple of years. Not 100% sure I agree with that. I mean, remains to be seen. Obviously, BofA was hit hard, like I mentioned before, in 2008, and it rallied sharply in 2009. But remember, Merrill Lynch is also a controversial purchase, just like Countrywide was. There could still be some problems with that acquisition that we may not really know fully just yet. I think that's what a lot of people are wondering right now. Still, several readers beyond just looking at the financials are just very angry. Patty Carta doesn't mince words. When a nuclear mushroom cloud rises from the headquarters of Bank of America, only then will we know that the world is now safe from these greedy, evil idiots. Tell us how you really feel. Obviously, I don't think there's going to be any mushroom clouds in Charlotte, North Carolina, one could hope, or any of the other cities where many big banks are located. But I think what we have here does speak to the fact that there's still a lot of rage about bailouts, about TARP, and you do have to wonder, with so much investor money sitting on the sidelines, if you have a lot of angry individual investors who just say, no, I'm not going to support BofA or any other big bank for that matter. So that could be a problem, even though this reader is probably just a tad too angry for their own good.